Hi, I'm Martin Lavender with InVeroBeachFlorida.com, and we are at Waldo's, and the Ride to Beat Hunger has just concluded with this awesome party. They've got a bar, they've got a dunk tank, which Eric Flowers is still in because this guy is late getting to it because I pulled him over here. This is Austin Hunt from the Harvest Food Outreach, and he is the founder of Harvest Food Outreach Center. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is a great event we have out here. A beautiful day over here at Waldo's. Now, you're the founder. What brought this to light? What made you start the Harvest Food Outreach?
Well, there's a lot of organizations out there that help families with food, and they're typically, all the models that were out there in 2003 when we started the organization were more or less handout organizations, and a lot of families would not receive that kind of help because they had, their dignity would prevent them from receiving that kind of help. So we started an innovative model that we call our cost share grocery program, and we let families come into a shopping environment and buy food for about 30 cents on a dollar compared to retail, and they're able to get help for their families without experiencing that handout, undignified experience that is so typical in assistance programs that are out there.
Now, your local facility is right here on US 1.
Right.
What's that address?
I don't know the address, but it's between 28th and 29th Street, right on US 1.
It's that area that doesn't really have an address, but it's there. But it's there, and it's set up like a grocery store.
Right.
It's very cool in there.
Yeah, and Mark, the reason I can't remember the address, we have a site in Orlando on Michigan Street, downtown Orlando. We also have an outreach center in Fort Pierce, Florida. So collectively between the three centers, we serve about 1,500 families a day. So there's a lot going on. We have almost 100 employees that are helping in each of those communities serve families by providing them with food assistance, crisis counseling, educational training, and job placement, and also career training to help them lift themselves to a higher place in life and achieve their full potential.
We were talking about that the other day on the Happy Hour Yappy Hour show, and it was so interesting. I didn't realize that you did education as well.
Yes.
Is there certain areas of education that you do, or is this more towards a GED equivalency type thing?
We do help with GED training or GED study for the test, and then hold the class tests at our facilities. But the broad spectrum of what we offer from an education standpoint, we provide basic education, we provide job training, and then we also provide what we call personal empowerment or emotional intelligence training. So many of the families or individuals that come to us are not able to really deal with everyday situations like you and I might. So they come in late to work, a couple minutes, and the boss says, "Why are you late?" Well, you and I would say, "Sorry, boss, it won't happen again." Whereas someone that's not able to regulate their emotions might take that as a threat. So that flight or fight mechanism comes into place. So we teach emotional intelligence for, we talk so much about how important it is for children to get a proper education. Well, if you didn't get the right education, whether that be through the school system or by, from a family that taught you, how to treat people,
Sure,
and how to work, how to work ethic, and also how to thrive, in a work environment, then we teach them those skills as an adult. So,
do you find the need is going up as the economy, they say, gets better, or is it about the same? How do you regulate
well, there's
how much
certainly
you need, and where does your food actually come from?
Well, I'll grab that first question first, Mark. So during the Great Recession, we saw a huge upwelling of, people that were coming in need. Those were not typically people that were the working poor. They were middle class people that were just down on their situation. They got laid off because the company that they work for downsized, or they were going through tough times as well. So we're not seeing as much of that now, but what is happening on a broad scope is that the working poor class, which is the invisible, you drive down the road, you see a homeless person. But if you drive down the road, you won't see somebody that makes $10 an hour that can't pay their light bill because they're working and they're struggling, and they don't have a platform that you would never hear their voice. Why would you? So those are the people that we're seeing every day. They are the people that serve us at Starbucks. They check you out at Walmart. They're frying the French fries at Burger King, working in the laundromat, and those folks are working their tails off. But what they make is not enough to meet the cost of living, which continues to go up. So broadly speaking, the cost of living goes up, and wages are not going up, and people are struggling just to exist. And that's a tough thing for us to deal with as a society, but we're going to have to address it because this problem is not going away.
Well, thank God you were one of the people to help address when there was a need. And so in your food bank, there's got to be a huge, how do you keep the shelves full?
So we get food donations from companies like Walmart, Tropicana, CVS, all of the PepsiCo companies, Frito-Lay, Pepsi. I'm trying to think of some of our other big, Whole Foods, some of our bigger donors. And so that represents about 50% of the food that goes on our grocery store shelves, and it's donated. So we don't pay anything for that food.
Wow.
And then we buy food to supplement what we cannot get donated, push all that together, put it on the shelves, and that's how we can provide the families that come in food at 30 cents on a dollar compared to retail. We couldn't do it without those partners, because if we had to buy all the food, there's no way we could offer the food at 30 cents on a dollar.
Absolutely. So when you donate really to the Harvest Food Outreach, that money is going way farther.
It absolutely does, Mark, because we don't have, the support that you're giving is going directly to educating families. It doesn't go into feeding families. Our food subsidy program is self-sufficient. So companies donate food, clients give a little donation for the food they get. That takes care of all the monetary needs of that program. When you give to Harvest on the side of developing people, every dollar you invest goes to lifting the person up to self-sufficiency.
Absolutely. Wow. Austin Hunt, thank God for people like you.
Thank you.
And this great job that you're doing here. Oh, your seat's getting cold over there in the dunk tank. They're waiting for you.
Oh, darn.
They're waiting for you. Thank you so much
Mark.
for coming on.
Appreciate you having me on.